What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we are back for the continuation of F124 My Team Career Mode. We are here for the Chinese Grand Prix for round number 2. Welcome back. If you did not check out the last video of Career Mode, I will be linking that down below in the description, so you can check that out. Spoiler alert, if you haven't found out, was a pretty good result for both Brendan and Jak. Obviously, Brendan kind of had a, well, we were driving as Brendan, and we got him a pretty decent result. Jak did struggle a little bit later on. But yeah, so far just checking up on some messages. We got some resource points from the failure that we had with the ERS. And now we're looking at potential upgrades coming on to the car. So China, it is a sprint race weekend, so sort of not much preparation we could really do between the race, and plus it is a double header. So thankfully after China, we'll get a little bit of a weekend break to kind of get the car, to kind of get some more upgrades onto the car and start researching some development. So so far, focusing on some aero engine as well. We could do an engine upgrade, which will come on, or we should start researching the engine, and we are going to start doing that before the pistons, obviously, with a Honda power unit. So it is pretty reliable, I should say. And just looking at assigning upgrades, because I know that you can only put one upgrade on one of each driver's car. So that is going to be something to kind of take note of. And well, can't do any activities for the week. That's just not really a thing right now, so we can't do really anything with that. And now at this point, it's just kind of trying to kind of get the team to a decent area going into China. So here we go.
I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Alrighty. Well, we got some developments that are sort of ready for research, and we got the engineering. Well, we got it up to level 1, so we're making some improvements. Savage Motorsports is making improvements, I should say. And this is pretty cool. Obviously, this is a whole new challenge for everybody, is learning all that stuff. But yep, this week we're driving as Jak. Obviously, as I said in the beginning, we're going to swap them back and forth. Each race we'll drive as Jak. The next race we will drive as someone else. So here we go. For China practice, doing a voiceover over Natalie Pinkham, just kind of talking about it. And yeah, so far the car, coming into China, a track where I'm not very great at. It's going to be probably a challenge, but we will try to get this car into a good window as we can. So here we go. P13 to practice, 1.7 seconds off the pace. Not ideal, obviously wanted a little bit more in that, but that's all we got. Brendan is 3 seconds off the pace on the soft tire compound set, so that was clearly not the best for him, but I guess that's just how it is, unfortunately. But yeah, getting the research points in, 2,000 research points. This is good for us.
Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
And here we go for sprint qualifying. SQ1, 2 qualifying sessions, so this is going to be pretty tough, but we will try our best to do everything. And so far, going into number 1, the understeer is crazy. Don't know what we're doing there. But yeah, front end is not biting too much into the rain. I haven't really done many wet races on this game yet in total. But China, we did do a wet race and a league race, so we have a little bit of experience, but not in this absolute stinker of a car. But yeah, just fighting the car a lot in the exit. Car's not really handling as much as I want it to handle. It's sort of a little bit of a it feels like a tank. I mean, if I could describe it as that, it just feels like a tank. But so far, Purple Sector 2, that's probably a glitch because I think we're sort of one of the first ones out there. So, and yeah, you could just see just fighting the exit of this car. And one of the McLarens, I think, of Lando Norris has just caught the back of us completely. So we're holding them up just a little bit. But yeah, this lap does not feel too great. It does feel pretty terrible. We go P6. Lando sets a fast lap, even though we basically impeded him, but we're at Hulkenberg, which is pretty solid so far, and back out for a second run. I think we're got more fuel in the car to do a second run, but you can just see the exit. It's it's not easy. It's not easy in this car whatsoever, but just trying to just maximize the performance as we can so far. And up by 3/10. It's not the best of line through there. We kind of went a little bit wide. Not sure if that was really ideal. And again, more oversteer coming out of the exit of the car. 3/10 up, 4/10, 5/10. I think it's now 3/10 up, and we go up to P9. It's a 150.2. So not much time found, but we're going to go out for one final send and try to see what happens here. There is a fault. I think that was also just the DRS fault. DRS is not enabled, so not like it really matters anyway. Might actually worked if the DRS was open, but honestly we do not want that because the rear would just be very unstable in this car whatsoever. But yeah, track's improved quite a bit. Nobody else really went out there, but the rain has stopped. I mean, it's not really raining, if much. It's just kind of light drizzle. But that was very slow through there. I think we had just had a moment with the car. But yeah, no, like I said, I mean, the track, it's ramped up quite a bit. We're up by 1.5, so we could easily get into Q2. Brendan Lee is out, though. His lap was pretty rough. I could say that for sure. And we go, I think we just went top of the charts. And no, we did not. I thought we did. It's P11. But yeah, we're into Q2. So Jack doing what Jak Crawford does, and that is clutch, I guess you could say. So yeah, into Q2, pretty solid. 1 second off. Verstappen does have the front, Ollie Behrman in second, Isaac Hadjar in third, and we will go through the eliminations. Liam Lawson up into P6, so that's pretty impressive. And both the Ferraris, and there you have it. Carlos Sainz is out, Lando Norris is out, Lance Stroll's out, Gabriel Bortoletto's out, Jack Doohan's out, and Brendan Lee is out. So quite some shockers down there. I guess the big one is Norris, and I guess Carlos as well being out. That's not ideal, I guess you could say, for that. But SQ2 time. Track actually is going to get dry for the end. So actually, I'm thinking about just staying in the pits and just full sending it. But you can see a couple people have gone out on inters, but the track does look dry on my screen. It does look dry. So I think we go for a dry, and we set a flying lap here on the medium compound. So here we go for our final SQ2 attempt. And sprint quali is obviously just, it feels like a very long weekend. It's just because it's endless qualifying laps, and that is something I am not a fan of. But yeah, the car started bottoming out in the turn one. It just sort of honestly, it just kind of was just bouncing a lot. So starting to kind of feel a little bit of the sort of things that I haven't really felt, if that's quite a unique word to say. But as someone who's been playing this game for, I mean, a minute, I'm kind of experiencing a lot of new things in this absolute stinker of a car. But yeah, down to the third gear. I mean, this lap it's pretty decent so far. I'm not sure if it's going to be Q3 material, but we're going to come across the line now. Where is this going to put us? And I think it's P10. I think we're in. Yes, we are in. Look at that. Into Q3. What a lap. Obviously, there was a lot of moments in the lap that got very sketchy with the car. But, yeah, that's in the SQ3. So that is very solid. But, yeah, a couple people, they didn't even go out on the intermediate. So there's your, I think Leclerc's out, Albon's out, Antonelli's out, Hadjar, we just bumped Hadjar out by not much. I think the gap was like 3 milliseconds. So that was very tight. And fast forward in the session for our final attempt here in SQ3. Hopefully this lap is pretty decent. But yeah, kind of taking a little bit of of the esports sort of line tactic. And one thing to know, I'm in hot lap mode. I think the AI just used hot lap mode, and I kind of want to make it as fair as possible. So that is why we're in the hot lap mode feature, I guess you could say. But yeah, so far pretty good in this turn 1 and 2. And carrying on the rest of the lap. It feels pretty decent on the soft compound. Slight overcorrection there with the car, just kind of touched on the curb. And one thing to note, the time and day is kind of set wrong. It's kind of set in like early afternoon. That's not very realistic, but you know what? Can't say much, I guess you could say. This honestly is going to be like the ideal sprint start time, but EA have clearly not fixed that issue whatsoever. But come across the line, I don't think it's going to be much from a P10 improvement. This car sucks. I'm just going to be honest. And there we go, P10. So kind of where I expected to be. And yeah, Jak Crawford just having an insane weekend already in China. a track where he clearly, I think this is his first run out in China.
that's it for sprint
So Jak
qualifying.
Crawford
20
is
more coming up
getting
over
the
rest of
ropes
weekend.
down, and you could just
See
see
you all tomorrow.
2.5 seconds off the pace to Max Verstappen. So that is wild, but feel pretty confident for the race. Jack feels good. Brendan's starting pretty low down the grid, so it's going to be a tough one. But I think we can score some points in the sprint.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Piastri, George Russell, and Hülkenberg. Behrman, Gasly, Lawson, and Jak Crawford. Hadjar, Leclerc, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Albon. Ocon, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, and Lando Norris. Stroll, Bortoletto, Doohan, and Brendan Lee completes the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Well, Ant, we love this 11th team on the grid. They've certainly made an impact since they came into the sport. But without one person at the helm, I don't think we'd have seen what we've seen so far. Their team principal really is a character.
And you need these characters in Formula 1, Croft. You need them as a driver. You want to have full trust in the person leading your team forward, that your feelings inside the car and about the team are going to be relayed and understood in the right way, and positive changes made.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I know what we can do. I will try not to let you down, Mark, or Jack will. So well, I'm driving, but the team boss is expecting a good result from Jack, and yeah, into Q3, very solid. But yeah, here we go for the race. Everyone's gonna go medium compound tire. I'm gonna do the same. I think if anybody starts in the hard tire, they're kind of gonna be a little bit whack. So we're gonna start mediums, and we will see how this goes. But here we go for the 5 lates here. 10-lap sprint around China. This should be pretty fun. Jack's in a great position, and we are underway for the Chinese sprint. A brilliant start. Jumped ahead of Hadjar already off the start. Lawson as well, kind of tucking in right behind us as well. But yeah, there we go, up into turn number 1. Just trying to keep it clean so far. Gasly and Behrman going side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Brilliant part of the track to go racing right through here. It is very just, honestly, it's just really great to just go racing through this part of the track. And yeah, Leclerc, there's a couple guys back here that are going to be getting up this grid pretty quickly. Charles Leclerc, Kimi Antonelli, Lando Norris. There's a couple big names back there behind the grid, so watch out for them. Around the outside, though, up here, Gasly, that was a hell of a move, and we just snuck around the outside right through there. And now comes the part of the racetrack where we drag so much, and the straight line speed on this car, it is terrible, and you can already see the difference that Gasly's making on the straight. It is not great. Gasly sends it down on the inside, and he sticks his nose in there, but he's just, I don't think he's going to be able to get the move done. His exit, it was not great whatsoever. And yeah, next up, Ollie Behrman. George Russell as well, I think, broke the DRS to Ollie Behrman. Verstappen just absolute flying away on the racetrack. And yeah, the understeer is, yeah, I mean, the more I've played the game, it's gotten a lot better, but yeah, the understeer, you can definitely still feel it through here, that is for sure. And Behrman, he's just kind of breaking the second. We kind of got stuck on the curb there just a little bit, but the car just snaps around us, and we're going to lose a bunch of positions as Gasly, Leclerc, Lawson, Hadjar, Antonelli, and Tsunoda, and Ocon, and Norris as well we're gonna lose 10 to 16th on that one. So a huge mistake there. And I'm not sure. I don't know. I just hit the gas and the thing just went. But we go down the inside on Lando Norris, and Ocon and Antonelli, the AI, go very slow through here. I mean, very slow. And their wheel to wheel is a lot better, but they are very slow, sort of, so far on 110. I guess you could say that very much. But lap 3 now. Norris is kind of there, but the car, you can just see just fighting the exit of this car. I mean, this thing is really rough to drive, and well, Albon pounces on us. Sainz might as well, and Stroll, but we just stick our nose down the inside on Alex Albon there, and I think Alex is going to have the better exit. And yes, he does. Alex moves up into there. We go for a move on Alex, and we've lost the car completely. As we go down to neutral there, I mean, that was that one was more on me. I should not have just went for there, but Jack making a mistake. Gonna let Jack off with that one. That one was not on that one. I'm gonna let that slide with Jack. Yeah, well, there goes the sprint race. I mean, getting points is not gonna happen if they get this rate, and we're 10 seconds off the pace. Well, I wouldn't say I expected this coming, but I did not expect that to happen. Lap 5 now. I just think we call it. I'm going to pull Brendan in. Not Brendan. I'm going to pull Jack in. Oh, nope. We ain't doing that.
Are you okay? Nasty hit. Turn the engine off.
Flashback to a YouTube short a couple months ago. That's rare, but that's funny. That's going to cost the team some money. Nice one, Jack. I hope you like that one, Jack. That's coming out of your paycheck, boss. That is coming out of your paycheck. And that's going to wrap up the sprint. Verstappen wins. Piastri second. Leclerc third. Hamilton fourth. Russell fifth. Alonso sixth. Hulkenberg up into seventh. And Ollie Behrman eighth. And yeah, that's going to do it. That was not the sprint that we wanted. Slight mistake. Did not help. And yeah, Jack is definitely not happy for that. But it's a new day. We got the main qualifying time, so let's try to see what we can achieve in the main quali. But there's like your standings. Leclerc leading the front. Last time Ferrari have been at the front of the championship was, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. Look at those standings. Yeah, honestly, I have no other words to really say about the sprint. It was just a complete disaster. But yeah, there is your standings. Jack so far sitting 20th. Brendan, obviously, with the best result that he had, he's so far 17th still. And Kimi Antonelli, he's still last. I know that he did DNF in Australia, so that might have been one of the issues on why he is still last in the championship. But yeah, I have no words other to say than that.
Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
As it is time for the main qualifying here in China. And yep, more qualifying laps. That is what we need. And hopefully we can kind of replicate what we kind of did in SQ and sprint qualifying, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the weather did kind of help us a lot, and we could clearly see that the AI do struggle in the wet, so I think that's why we were kind of able to jump up on many positions. So this is going to have to be honestly, these qualifying laps are going to have to be crisp perfect. So we kind of know the limit of this car just a little bit, so it should be pretty solid. But obviously, and that was not a great apex through there. Just did not get the rotation as the car. Again, just the exits are just pretty abysmal on this car. I mean, the exits on here are absolutely terrible. I mean, worst thing in the world, I can tell you that right now. But down into fourth, not too great on low speed. We did not get a warning there. I am surprised that that lap did not get invalid. And there we go. It's a 135. I think that says a 135.9. So that is dead last. Brendan with a 135.2. Yeah, we're off the pace. I think that mistake. Well, that mistake did make us lose some time. But I was thinking about going for a second for 3 flying runs, but I think I'm just going to stick with 2 here, because I think that we can really use that set of soft maybe for the race. If there is like a late race safety car, if there's a red flag, I mean, if something happens, I think we could capitalize on that. But we come out of the pits for the final run here. In the final 2 minute, in the 2 minute warning, I guess you could say, the 2 minute warning of qualifying. Hopefully we can gain some positions. I mean, Brendan's in a great spot right now, so hopefully we can get some position. But here we go for the final flying lap here at China. And here we go, down into number 1 so far, and we didn't really bottom out like we did a lot, so I was kind of maybe lifted off the gas just a little bit, but didn't really get the greatest of turn-ins or rotation through that part of the racetrack. Keep the gas flat out right through here. Found 3/10 already so far, so track evolution is there, as you can see. Breaking the 100-meter board, going down to the 3rd gear, get the good rotation. Slight understeer there, did not really feel too great. Get on the exit pretty well, and now this part of the track right here, sort of want to stay in 6th. I know some people were taking it in 7th on just league races and stuff like that. I took it in 6th. Specifically, I mean, this is also realistic performance, so this car is ideally should be in 6th gear. But you can just see the exit. Slight mistake there on the curb. Not sure what really happened there. Down in the 3rd gear, pretty solid rotation again. And yeah, this 3rd sector right here is where the car is really strong. The exits, though, not so great. I can tell you that very much. But sector 3, the car is just pretty much planted. So this part we should gain a lot of time. And obviously with that mistake there, again, in the same corner, did not help. So hopefully we could just kind of not lose too much time, I guess you could say. But down in the 2nd gear now, get the good rotation. Car rotated very nice. And now approaching the penultimate corner of this lap. No invalidation through here. Hopefully not. Just very wide through there. The car just did not want to respond too great there. And we're going to be, I think, P20. Yeah, that was not great. There was quite a bit of mistakes there on the lap. But yeah, that did not feel too great. I guess you could say that right now. So yeah, we're out. And well, Brendan's out as well. But Jack Doohan's out. Liam's out, Ollie's out, and Alex is out. So that was pretty tough qualifying. Not what we wanted, but honestly, the race pace might be strong. So there's quite some positive we could take out of this. So as we focus for the race, let's just try to keep it clean, keep out the track limits, and we might bag a good result.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Russell, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Hülkenberg and Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Antonelli, Esteban Ocon and Bortoleto, Hadjar, Stroll, Alex Albon and Ollie Behrman, Lawson, Crawford, Lee and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday, but in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Croft. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, this is going to take a monumental effort from you. I need you to push incredibly hard if we're going to get a good result today. Let's go and make it happen.
Honestly, pushing hard might honestly be the way to go for Jak. So, yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident for the race. I mean, like I said, I mean, the AI, they're going to be battling out quite a bit, and we're going to capitalize on the AI being just pretty dumb at 110. And I think Jak could get some points here. I have the confidence, I have the faith in Jak Crawford to lead us to glory. But yeah, there is everything for tire allocations. George Russell going aggressive on the soft, and Ocon as well going aggressive on soft. Couple people going mediums. We're going to go for a one-stop strat. We're going to start on the medium compound as well. Brennan as well on the same strat. Should be the right call. Capitalize on the soft runners here pretty quickly for this result. Here we go, 28 laps now around the Chinese circuit, and we are officially underway for the Chinese Grand Prix. Hopefully it's a lot better than the sprint. A horrendous start for Alex Albon already off the line. That was not the greatest start already off of Albon. A couple other cars as well, kind of having to back out a little bit through there, and we're going to sneak our nose down the inside as we're going very aggressive down the inside of Gabriel Bortoleto and Isaac Hadjar, and going to go around the outside of these two. Like I said, the AI are just doing their AI things. They're going very slow, and we capitalize on Ocon on the soft compound, but Ocon's exit, he just took off right on the exit there. We had no opportunity to really challenge Ocon, I guess you could say, through there, but might sneak around the outside if we can. Thinking about it, Jak does not really want to go for it, and I don't blame him at all. But Sainz loses out to Ocon. Sainz on the hard compound. Hopefully we do not crash into another Williams. We already crashed into one, so hopefully we don't crash into another one. Around the outside, possibly Isaac Hadjar. He's looking for a move around the outside there, and now he's got the inside line. As he go for it, we leave him just enough space, and he backs out of that one. And Hadjar will live to fight another day, I guess you could say, and he will have to hold off the flying Ollie Behrman as well, who is on a soft tire. But like I said, this is going to be the main opportunity for people to overtake here, and it's mainly this straight, I guess you could say. But we're braking a little bit early. Sainz kind of, I didn't really expect Sainz to brake that early, just a little bit. I guess you could say just maybe touching the brake just a little bit. Abrupt braking, I guess I'm trying to call it. I cannot speak today. But yeah, abrupt braking, I think that's just kind of what he was kind of doing, and it just kind of messed me up just a little bit. But might make a pass on Sainz here on this straight here. I'm thinking about it. I mean, the slipstream is going to be pretty tough, but we got some battery. We got pretty good amount of battery. I think we got 90%. Not sure what Carlos's battery is, so we have an opportunity here, and we got the DRS, and this might have an opportunity to get around Sainz, but I didn't realize that Sainz had DRS on Kimi Antonelli, but we dummy Sainz. We go around the outside of Carlos. We go very deep into the hairpin there, but we make the pass. Sainz's exit was absolutely horrendous, but what a pass. And lap 3, Jak is having a great race so far, from P20 already up to P13. So Jak, have yourself a day already. You are doing a great job for Savage Motorsports. Savage is very happy with your performance already for today. Brendan Lee, I think he's dead last. I think he's just in that pack of cars. I don't think he can even get anything going on his side. So Brendan's not having the Chinese Grand Prix that he's won. He's not having the best of weekends, I guess you could say, to clarify. But possibly going around the outside of Alonso. Might go for a switch back here on Alonso. We got a slingshot, and obviously we're getting better exits than what the AI are getting. Might go around the outside of Alonso. Alonso kind of dummy him just a little bit, and he kind of had compromise from his line there. And we're going to get the DRS, and we're going to use some battery here. Might go around the outside of Fernando Alonso. And yes, we do. We go around the outside of Fernando, and we move up into P12. Next up is Hulkenberg, Antonelli, and I think that's Tsunoda and Ocon. So Ocon going aggressive on the softs. That play has worked out quite a bit for Ocon. and we are absolutely flying on the racetrack. But now this part of the track, this is where it gets tricky, because like I said, I've talked about it multiple times, is that we're a boat on the straight. I mean, we don't have straight line speed. The Honda engine is pretty solid, but it's obviously not a Ferrari or a Mercedes, so it is quietly a little bit weak, which, I mean, that's kind of what you maybe expect a little bit. But with an engine that was, I think, around only $2.5 million for the team price, but down on the inside now, I think on Hulkenberg, and we make the pass and we move up into P11. So making more improvements, making up more gains on this racetrack so far, and Antonelli and Tsunoda are next. So we're fighting with two guys that have struggled a lot this season with their machinery. Antonelli has kind of gotten the better second half of the season than I think than what he's had in real life, but yeah, a couple people as well, but Antonelli goes down the inside on Tsunoda. Tsunoda as well in the top 10, but he's actually got a broken front wing, and we just saw that. We just saw his broken end plate. I'm not sure if he got that from a collision or what, but Tsunoda has a broken end plate, and we move up on to lap 5, now lap 6, and we're into the points. So Jak is having a fantastic weekend. Give yourself some credit, Jak, but he's gonna have to make this pretty tough for Tsunoda. Tsunoda trying to go around the outside here of Jak, but Tsunoda will not capitalize on that, and we defend P10 perfectly. But more DRS coming for Tsunoda and Hulkenberg as well. So actually Hulkenberg might get a 2-for-1 combo here at McDonald's if he just plays it right, if he's thinking about it, and I don't think he did. I thought he was going to go for it. He did not, clearly. But Tsunoda, his exits are terrible, and he's on a hard compound, but the medium drop-off is going to start coming pretty soon. So I'm expecting it to happen, if not, in a couple laps. So mediums, I think, can only do around lap 13, 14. So I think that's the max that they can do. We have a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that is for, but here comes Hulkenberg with a slingshot, and he's going to make that pass. And I'm not sure who that is. And that is actually Max. So Max is out. I have no idea what just happened to Max. I guess he just DNF'd. It could have just been a power unit issue. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that sneeze in mid-commentary. But, yeah, I think not Alonso. Jesus Christ. Max, I think he just had an engine failure or something on that Red Bull. So, one Honda engine goes out. 5 Honda engines remaining. If that does not sound any more complicated, I don't know what that does sound. But down the inside, I Fernando Alonso, and Alonso thought about it, but he backs out of that one, and we defend P9. And well, obviously, Max going out gives us more opportunities to score points. So this has been working out very great, but Alonso is just being annoying. He won't go away. And especially with this car that is not too great as well. But Alonso, I don't think his straight line speed is that great as well in that Aston. I think that Aston is pretty draggy as well. But Alonso did not get the best of exits, and we still capitalized ahead on the exits. So the AI, their exits are not great, but their straight line speed is still pretty incredible at the same time. But it's not like how it was on 22 and 24, where they were just super quick on the straights. So that is pretty solid, I guess you could say. But Alonso just sort of thinking about it around the outside, but he doesn't really go for it, and we continue on lap 11. And yeah, honestly, this whole, I guess you could say, we've just kind of done some management, but also just trying to just keep a good pace. So that's kind of what we've been doing. And Brendan, I think, has just completely lost the DRS train, but Hulkenberg goes into the pits now, and Alonso stays out for one more. Hulkenberg into the pits. So, oh, excuse me, sorry about that one. I had a quite a bit of yawn there, and again, I'm yawning on mid commentary again as he's very sleepy. But yeah, like I said before, Tsunoda as well, just kind of holding on this train for P7, and obviously Hulkenberg into the pits. You could just see the car just sort of fighting on the exit there, and the tire light just started to come on the race car as well. So tires are really starting to drop off here in this race, I guess you could say, but we stay out for one more lap, and I think this actually might be the call. I didn't really think we should pit lap 12, and I've agreed that we're going to stay out till lap 13. That it was the optimal strategy. I know some people were kind of pitting on lap 12. I think that is a couple of the front runners as well. But into the box we go. Make sure we don't get a pen. We do not get a pen, and you can easily get a corner cut warning for cutting that part of the racetrack. But into the box we go for a pit stop here, and hopefully this is a pretty solid pit stop from the boys. We haven't really done much pit stop work for the team, so I'm hoping this is pretty solid. And the bright orange crew gets us back at the racetrack 2.4. That's not terrible. That's pretty solid. And it's gonna be close here on the exit with Isaac Hajar and Liam Lawson, but Lawson jumps ahead of us, and Q Australia once over again because he's ahead of us again. So this now has just completely shifted to try to get around Liam Lawson. So Liam Lawson simulator as of right now. So hopefully we get a good pass here on Liam. We're on the hard tire, on Liam on the medium. I think Liam as well did pit, so he is going for a 2-stop. A couple of the AI are going for 2 stops, I guess you could say. But Brendan Lee's in. I don't think Alonso has yet to pit. I don't think Alonso has. So we got DRS on Lawson, but we just cannot make the pass. And now we have an opportunity here down the straight if we can. And Lawson, he's a bit vulnerable here, and I think he's going to defend the inside line. We're going to try to go around the outside. We kind of might go for a dummy here. And what we do is a little switchback here on Liam. Thinking about it, and we're going to possibly go for it on the outside of Liam Lawson. And we go around the outside. Liam makes it tough when we jump ahead around the outside of Liam Lawson in the penultimate corner. And with all that battling happened, Bortoletto was able to sneak into that position. But a couple people as well, they did pit. A couple people did pit. I think that was Lance Stroll that pitted. I think as well I saw Alex Albon pit. So a couple people did pit, but lap 16 now. Well, it's just kind of that same situation where we can't really break away much. That Sauber is absolutely quick in the straight line. It is nuts, that kick. It's crazy how the Sauber is so quick on the straight. The Ferrari engine as well, giving that help as well on the back of that kit car. But yeah, that thing's a rocket ship on the straight. So I think they obviously in the chart for the race, they said they were like almost dead last, kind of close to us. So, but they have pretty good pace, and I'm not surprised that they have good pace. I'm just kind of shocked at how quick they are on the straights. It is pretty wild, and I don't know if it's just our car just being slow on the straights or what, but it is something, I can tell you that very much. But we'll go down the inside on Gabriel Bortoletto, and we're gonna make the pass on Gabby, and we move up. And approaching the final 10 laps of this race, we're into the points. A couple people as well, they've gone for 2 stops. So a couple people have gone for a 2-stop race. And a couple people, they stayed out long because they started on the hard tire. They were able to kind of go on and extend. But Gabby, he is he's not going away, and I don't think he's going to go away anytime soon. He gets DRS and he just flies right past us. I mean, his straight line speed is absolutely nuts. But we have a good gap behind with Hajar and Alonso, so the gap behind is, I'm sort of at a comfort level with the gap, because I know that they're 2 seconds back. Ollie comes in now. Hulkenberg does have to make another stop. He ain't gonna make it on the end of the race on those mediums. I can tell you that very much. He has to make a second pit stop, and I think he is also on a 2-stop strat. So but yeah, like I said, I am very comfortable with this. But we go around Gabriel Bortoletto. Guess I could just call him Gabby, and we move up again, up into P8. So more points for Jack, and Jack is doing everything that he can right now with this car. But cars really came alive, and we broke in the second from Gabby. So Gabby's tires are really starting to struggle, clearly. And Hulkenberg into the box, and he comes in, and the gap in front is 15 seconds. I think that might be 15 or 13 seconds. Holy crap, I cannot see from this far away. But 13 seconds is the gap. Pierre Gasly is P5. I mean, if that is driver of the day right there. Pierre Gasly is P5 in an Alpine. Give credit. But George Russell, he had to go for a 2-stop. He did start very early on the soft, so he's going to go aggressive. But I'm not going to fight this with Russell whatsoever. And he's just going to go for it right there. So, but still sort of just fighting it. I think I was just trying to let him go, but his exits, he just can't get a good exit. I mean, it's the AI thing. They just don't get good exits, but now he gets a perfect slingshot here, and he's just going to get the DRS. So hopefully Russell goes, and he's got DRS. He's got much more better straight line speed. He's got a Mercedes engine in the back of that car. But just trying to kind of keep that slipstream, but also trying to watch that gap to Hadjar and Alonso. But again, Russell still, come on, get the move on, bud. But he finally, clearly goes away, lap 24, 2.4 seconds ahead now. Gabby did come into the pits, and now the gap is 3 seconds to Isaac Hadjar. So the gap now has gone pretty comfort, but now we can sort of bring this car home. That is the whole motto, just kind of bring the car home, and you know, not really much needing to push, but the tires are really starting to struggle. Oh my god, we've almost just put it into the wall. And I just talked about not making a mistake, and I don't know, I mean, I just half throttled it, but again, the understeer and the oversteer combo comes to bite us, and it oversteered through there, but then at the same time it also was understeering coming into the corner. So I mean, the random snaps of oversteer on this car are just wild, and kind of expecting it with a car that struggles, but looking at those tire temps, 217, that's pretty hot on that rear. So it's not smooth sailing whatsoever. And here comes Fernando Alonso, who is on the charge for more points, and we're sitting P8. We have 2 points, or we have 4 points. Sorry, we have 4 points already. But Fernando, he ain't playing around. He's gonna go down the inside, and Fernando, well, he slingshots and he gets around us. So Fernando up into P8, but we thinking about a switchback. No, we do not. And Hadjar as well, trying to hold on for the final point, but Hadjar as well, he's gonna get DRS. But behind us we have Albon, and I think that is, I'm not sure who that is behind us. I think that might be Albon and Sainz fighting for position. So this is going to get pretty tough here. We have yellow flag behind us. I'm not sure who that is in the car. Just a slight mistake there. I'm not sure what I was doing there. That might be someone that's going out with a bang. That might have just blew off. That might have been one of the Williams, or that might have been Lance Stroll there. I'm not sure who that was. But Hadjar, he's got the run. He's got DRS, so we're going to lose possibly another point here. And approaching the final lap, it is looking very scary for this car, but we send it down the inside on Isaac Hadjar. We make it tough, and we go back down the inside on Isaac, and we slide back up into P9. So brilliant defense there. He sort of just got around us, but we were able to defend the inside. And well, he had an opportunity, and he did not expect that one coming, I guess you could say. But Hadjar moves back up into the points, and now this gets very tight. Very, very, very tight, I guess you could say now at this point. And final lap, Ocon, he's all over the back of our gearbox now. So Ocon, who started on the soft, he went aggressive, he's on the hard compound, but if we just stay in this DRS to Hadjar, we might get it, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it. The detection point is right here, so we're going to have to get DRS here, and I think we might have got it. So I might have just saved us from $1 million, but Jack is just doing everything he can. Oscar Piastri wins the Chinese Grand Prix. He's going to get more points, and I think that's going to put him a little bit higher up in the championship. But Ocon, he's got DRS, he's got straight line speed, he's coming, Ocon's coming around the outside. Does Ocon we go, we're going to defend the inside line here. He breaks late, and we make this tough, but Ocon just cannot make the pass, and we're able to defend that very well. And Jack did everything that he could, and he's going to get points for the team. Jak Crawford, give yourself a round of applause, my guy. Jak Crawford scores points for the first time for Savage Motorsports. What a race that was. I apologize beforehand that the commentary was not great, but I hope you enjoyed Jak Crawford cutting through the field, because that deserves a driver of the day vote right there, and Jak Crawford gets it. What a race.
Oscar Piastri, take a bow. What a performance. What a win.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
From lights out to the checkered flag, each and every driver has this moment in the back of their mind. Now it's time for their celebrations. Our podium, it awaits. They give out trophies for the winners. Today, they're Oscars. Your winner today, Oscar Piastri.
That was a great line from Crofty there. It was quite a unique line. But yeah, there you go. Oscar Piastri wins the Grand Prix. Lando Norris comes home P2, and Charles Leclerc comes home P3. So Charles Leclerc getting Ferrari a podium in that absolute stinker of a Ferrari, and one of the most ugly liveries I think I've seen in a really long time. But yeah, there you have it. Well, that was quite a race for Jack. Well, first off, he deserves a pay raise. So if we can get him a new contract extension, that might be being considered. But Jack kind of used Jack as a sacrifice there, because obviously we were going to look for possibly more of a different driver in the off season, depending on how the rest of the season goes. But round 2, we've already shown great positives for Jack, and Jack just doing everything that he could, and he's able to get points. Obviously, we wanted points in the sprint, but I just think that was a little bit tough, and that mistake probably did not help whatsoever. But yeah, there you have it. And that got very close to the end there, with Ocon just being all over the back of the gearbox. Yeah, those last couple laps, I mean, the tires really starting to struggle, but there you go. Max Verstappen DNFs. Carlos Sainz was also the DNF. I know he says it's finished 2 laps down, but he did DNF in the race. And Stroll coming on last. Brendan Lee comes on P19. He does finish ahead of Stroll, so Brendan actually finished ahead of someone, so I am impressed. I am very impressed, Brendan. Give yourself a round of applause, I guess you could say. But yeah, no, that was very tricky. Did not expect those last couple laps to get that sort of tense, but you know what? We live for that. Here's the driver standings. Jack moves up into P14. Brendan moves down to P21. Obviously, a couple people have not scored points yet, so hopefully we can get points for Brendan next week out in Japan, which starts a triple header. So we go from Japan, Bahrain, to Saudi Arabia. So that should be pretty fun. Obviously, a couple tracks where I think we could capitalize. Bahrain is a track where I think the car might actually be pretty decent. Jeddah, I'm not so sure of, because you know, I don't think the car is very good and high speed, but we will just have to kind of find out and see if it is good or not. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize that I yawned and sneezed in the commentary. I just want to apologize for that. That was not the commentator's best option, obviously. But yeah, hopefully to do more career mode episodes in the future. This was very fun to do, and been sort of enjoying career mode. I know a couple people have kind of stated that career mode is kind of dead. We'll see how many seasons we can get out of it, but so far so good. This has been pretty solid. But that's all from me today, guys. Have a good rest of your day, have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I will catch y'all later.